Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's Tuesday. You know what that is? It's time for Tuesday Sprints with Courtney Tangible Reads. That's me here. How's it going? I'm just cleaning my dirty glasses here. Never underestimate how important clean glasses are. That's something that I've been learning a lot lately. So settle in. Let me know what you are reading, how you're doing, all of that jazz. I am getting together with some tea here. I worked last night and I'm really kind of tired, but I did come in and get some sleep. And I ordered this tea. It's a women's owned tea, and it's butterfly pea flower. It's Bigelow. I have never heard of butterfly pea flower tea. It's kind of pretty. Vanilla Midnight for a mindful journey, caffeine free, which I enjoy. Let's see. I'm trying to see what this is about because I don't really know. Magical flower with the perfect flavors for you to take one sip and begin your mindful journey. Beautiful food flower from the lush countryside of Thailand. Trying to see what it's supposed to do. Let's see. It's blue, associated with tranquility and spirituality, admired for centuries, versatility and mesmerizing color. Apparently, it is blended with vanilla and cinnamon to give you an unexpected moment of serenity that awakens the senses and soothes the soul. Okay. So I guess that was supposed to do, awaken the senses and soothe my soul. Smells good thus far. I can smell the vanilla for sure. It smells almost like an alcohol. Well, yeah. We'll see. Anyway, this isn't a tea ad, but anybody that's around my channel knows I love a good tea. So we're discussing tea because it's tea time. That's what the morning is, tea time for me. So let me know how are y'all doing? What are you reading today? What have you been up to all week? I have been working. Oh my gosh, I've been working the last few days nonstop. So I am just exhausted. I am happy to have a few days off. I have I work the weekend coming up, so I'm off the rest of the week. So I'm excited about that because I got tons of things to do, and you need to be home to do certain things. So I am on board with that. So that is that. I'm setting a timer. I have some other things to do today as well. So we're gonna do 2 to 3 minutes. I'm sorry, 2 to 3 45 minutes. Hold up. Sorry, I'm trying to find my link. Sorry, that's my new text message thing here. It's kind of loud. I'm trying to find the timer here. Something else popped up in the background here when I was trying to click on this. Okay, there we go. Something else came up. But we're going to do 2 to 3 45-minute sprints, and then we'll be exiting from there. Okay. So I did finish this Curvy Girl Summer. It was pretty good. Not exactly what I thought it would be, but I did finish Curvy Girl Summer, and I did enjoy it for the most part. Okay. I didn't rate it super high, but mid-range. It was okay. And now I am currently in the middle of How to Survive Your Horror Story, which is really fun here. So that's my reading plans. I am a little bit over halfway done with this book. So I'm hoping I can finish this book by tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. So that's the plan with reading. And I'm going to be going to the library later today. So we'll see. We'll see what happens from there. So that's the reading plan. So if you have any of those, let me know. So I'm going to get us into our first 45-minute sprint while I go and eat some breakfast. Oh, y'all. Okay. I knew this tea was something special. Oh, also, before we get out of here, so I also have this that I ordered for any tea lovers out there. You know, we have the tea steeper, of course, for loose leaf tea, but for the tea bag, you really should squeeze the tea bag at the end of or during in whatever. Squeeze the tea bag to get the flavors out of the tea, right? So I got this, which is a legitimate tea bag squeezer. I had no idea they existed, so I saw them. So you basically grab your tea bag, full on grab your tea bag. Hold up. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold up. Probably better before it swells. And then you squeeze your tea bag to get the most flavor out of it. But what I wanted to show y'all, I don't know if you can see that, is the tea. Oh, you can't really see it at what? Well, I'm not trying to waste it. It looks black on camera, but it's actually blue. Like my cup is, you can't see it. Yeah. I don't know if you can see the bag dripping, but it's a blue color, which is really, really neat. Okay. Never had blue tea. Tastes pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes like chrysanthemum and dandelion tea and things like that, I absolutely hate. So I was worried about this one because this came, I thought it was one box of 18. It's actually 6 boxes of this. So I will have quite a bit of time to sample this tea. But it's blue, so that's pretty fun. Hello, Emily. How are you doing? Emily's excellent picks. What's going on? Working on getting my room set up for school. Ooh, school time again. Okay, man. So is this college or is this high school? Let me know. How are you enjoying school? It looks like for the most part, people are going back to school. I've just been, that's all I've been hearing lately is the kids are going back to school. So I'm assuming that you're in that midst there. So how is the first day? How is that going? Let me know. So we have a timer here. I'm going to go ahead and put this on since we don't have any more comments here. And we're going to go from there. Okay, so let me see. We got the emoji race. This should be a fun time here. There we go. You can see it there. So we got some emojis and pick your poison, y'all. So we have, what is this? You have the zipper mouth, you know, the quiet mouth. You have the angry, number 2. Number 3 is the smiling. Number 4 is the little cowboy hat. I love a good fun time. So I love a smiley emoji. And I recently went to an event that was cowboy themed. So I'm going to choose number 4. What about you? Let me know. Emily is a high school special education teacher. Oh, so you have the whole other side of the spectrum. You're the teacher. Okay, I get you. Well, that is exciting. The part of the new year, maybe new students, you know, enacting something different and hoping for changes for kids and learning and stuff. That ought to be a good time. So I'm assuming that school hasn't started for you that you're on here now, because I know you should be a busy, busy person. So how is that for you at this point? When is school going to start? I mean, I'm assuming, let's see, this is middle of August. So what, another week maybe? It seems like I'm hard pressed to find any kids that are going back to school after Labor Day. Most of them are now, some were last week. So let me know how. Oh, excuse me. Long day workout. Let me know how the school year works for you in your school district when y'all going back. But I like how you get to set up everything. That's one of the fun things when I consider teaching, like back in the day, of the idea of like, you know, decorating and all that stuff. Not that I have any sort of green thumb by any means, or decorative thumb, green thumb for that matter too. But it still seems like a fun time though. Hello, Judith, cake lover. How are you doing? Welcome. What are you up to? Let me know which emoji y'all going to be choosing. Who is going to be your winner? Let me actually put this up here. Choose your Mm. Mm. All right, there we go. There we go. Got to show some love and support. I'm number 4, by the way. Emily. Oh, Emily says our first day with students, freshman transfer is Friday. 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 Ooh, Friday. In my head, that doesn't make sense because it's the last day of school or last day of the week. So let me know what your school district's thought process is of starting a school year on a Friday. I'm just curious. That's interesting. Judith is reading the Dungeon Anarchists Cookbook by Matt Dinniman, third book of the Dungeon Crawler Crawl series, and I love this series. That is so interesting you say that. My coworker loves the series. I forgot how many books, 13? I don't know. It's a lot of books in the series. But my coworker has been loving this, coworkers actually, dudes have all been loving this series. Day 1 is when I heard about this series. So I've been hearing about it, just how hilarious it is and everything and how wild it is. I've been hearing about it for months. The one guy said he is kind of burnt out on it though. And I actually was telling him about this book earlier today, and he's actually going to pick it up. This is How to Survive a Horror Story. And I was trying to explain to him when he was saying he wanted to just try a different genre. I was like, keep in mind that book out the gate, you know, being action packed and all that stuff and wild is so different than this book that I am reading here of like, you know, psychological thrillerish here, you know, more in-depth character studies of people and slower pace. So I was like, don't don't blame me if you don't like the book. I'm letting you know in advance. But everybody I know that have read this series, or at least the first book, said they have loved it. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying it throughout. Are you going to read the entire thing? Let me see if my library. I was going to check to see if my library was going to acquire that title. I haven't seen in a few months, but I think that is definitely catching on in BookTube a little bit more because I've seen a few people that have talked about that. Let me see. Nope, not yet. It's still on my notified list. Hold up. You know what? Let me look. Sometimes when you look at Libby, which is what I'm looking at now, sometimes searching by the author's name versus the title of the book allows you to find it. No. Well, apparently Matt Dinniman wrote a book called Kaiju. Interesting. But apparently my libraries do not have any of Matt Dinniman's books. But I did put Dungeon Crawler Carl on one of those. Hey, notify me if they acquired. But glad you're liking it thus far, okay? Judith says, I chose 4 with a hat. Hey, high five. Me too. Okay. Hello, Just a Person. How are you doing? Welcome. Let me know if you want to go by a name or if you just want to go by Just a Person, whichever one you works for. Okay. I'm going to be reading The Familiar by Leah Bardugo. Ooh. Let me know how you're enjoying that. I had that at one time with the library, but I was reading some other things and I returned it because I didn't have time to read it. And then I just haven't picked it back up. So let me know if you think that's worth me rechecking out. Okay. I'm not looking for a book that's like atmospheric. And I heard that that was what it was. So I didn't pick it back up after that. But let me know. Okay, y'all, we're going to get into here. Let me know your pick for emojis out in the comments of which one you would like to win. Show some support. Thus far, we have 2 for 4, including myself, and the other ones are just flapping. So hopefully 4 wins. Okay, y'all, happy reading. See you in 45, okay? Oh no! A little mean muggy emoji won. Well, that's not what I thought. Okay, well, we have a winner. Winner is number two. Winner, winner, chicken dinner was not what I expected. So, how did that sprint go for everyone? Let me know. Let me know. What did you do with these sprints? I didn't get any reading done. Shocker. It's first sprint. When do I get that done? I did manage though to I went and I got some breakfast, which I definitely needed. I was fading fast. And so I got that. And then I finished my tea. And for those of y'all who were here earlier, I was talking about the tea that I have, which is butterflower pea soup. Oh, pea soup. What am I talking about? Butterfly pea flower. Oh my gosh, can't get that out. Butterfly pea flower, and this is the vanilla midnight, and this is the color of it. So very interesting. I think you can see that in kind of real time what it is. So it's a blue color. So very good tea. Kind of bland, but you can definitely taste the vanilla in it, and it's definitely a unique color. So I always think that that's fun, but enjoy a good tea. So that is what I did. Breakfast that, and then I just read like a page and a half. So that is what I did in that sprint. Okay. Let's see who else has come through. Let's see. Okay, so Judith had chosen number 4 with me with the cowboy hat. Definitely did not win that one. Just a person was reading The Familiar by Leah Berdugo, and I was asking about that. I just go by person. The Familiar I'm reading The Familiar I'm finding is good so far. I haven't gotten super far into the book, but it's starting to pick up more and I'm enjoying reading it. It's a bit slow in my opinion. Yeah, that's kind of the gist that I got from the book. So I was apprehensive about kind of going forth from there, but I don't know. I heard good things. I don't believe I've ever read Leah Bardugo, but I could totally be wrong. But I don't think that I have. But I did like the cover of the book. I thought it looked really cool. So hopefully it picks up and that it turns out to be a good read because, we all want a good read for sure, right? Hello. How are you doing, Luna? Popping in. Poppy, I cannot speak. Hold up. Did I say your name right? Yes, Luna. Oh my gosh. Oh, I second guessed that for some reason. Popping by from my own sprints to say hello and squeeze the thumbs up. I did. I saw that and I actually went by. Actually, I'm still on. So by the way, y'all, go by and say hi to Luna. She has 36 minutes left on the sprint. Okay. Also, you have Kelly and Cursed Dragon. Oh, I'm going to say this wrong. Cursed Dragon Fly. Cursed Dragon Ship. Kelly is also sprinting as well. That's the two that I saw briefly there. Okay. Hey S, how are you doing? I'm trying to come with my secondary account to have my name, but I don't know why it won't let me post. You know how that goes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. I'm happy you are here. What are you up to? Emily said, send stuff to the printer, which jam. Don't you love that? Probably so many other teachers are also trying to get their print screen on. So you probably have a competing with some folks, the printer gets hot. It gets hot and it just continues to jam. So give it a little bit of a break. Sent to another printer, typed up my schedule for the year, and put in PTO requests so I can't attend a wedding. You are prepared already. You have a good start to the school year. Okay, you're getting your classroom set up. You're sending some stuff to the printer. You got your whole instructional plan, and you're putting in time off already. I call that success. Okay. I look about a month and a half in advance, and then after that, I'm not even thinking about it. So I like that. I need to plan better. Okay. The thing is, people enact on your plans, and that seems to be the fly in the ointment half the time. It's easier just to make plans by yourself and don't worry about other people, you know? Core Moods, how are you doing? Trying to catch up on the A Day of Fallen Night chapters. Hold up. Trying to catch up on the A Day of Fallen Night chapters for the buddy read. Am I saying that right? The A Day of Fallen Night. How is this buddy read going for you? I guess you're looking at the certain pages you have to do for the day, right? How's the buddy read? Who are you buddy reading it with? Let us know some of those details. Read a chapter and watched some videos. Hey, that's always some fun time. I'm liking that. How is that going for you? Any cool videos? Any particular people that we should be, on the lookout for? All that jazz. Let us know. Always looking for a fun time. I am reading this for those of y'all that are new in the chat. It is How to Survive a Horror Story, and I'm liking it thus far. Never liking it. I'm, like I said before, I'm over halfway through. So my goal is to put in some time with this book today and tomorrow and get her done, okay? Because there's some other stuff that I want to read, but I'm definitely enjoying it thus far, so no problems there. It's okay to forget, no worries. I'm Maxie trying to hang. I need to hang. Hold up. Sorry, my screen's only stopping at the hang. I'm like, where is? There we go. Okay. So Maxie is needing to hang washed clothes and try to read. I feel a little slumpy. And you, how are you? I'm fine. I'm tired. I worked the last 3 days, so I'm finally, it takes a lot out of you, these 12-hour shifts. I don't see how people do it for long stretches of time. I guess it gets into just a habit of it, but I feel tired and malaise and just drained. Not just work, personal stuff too, but I just kind of feel drained. So I just need some me time, I guess. Me time and hydrate, okay? But I'm here. I'm enjoying my day. Lucky to be alive, and it's nice warm weather, so maybe I'll get to spend some time outside. I actually think on the next sprint, I'm going to go and sit outside and read. I would love to take y'all with me, but it's hot, and my computer kind of acts sketchy in really hot weather, so I'm going to leave it inside. So. But I'm fine. But it's a nice day to, have some laundry done. It's always nice to have some clean laundry. I like when I hang them outside, so it's always a good time. The Priory of the Orange Tree prequel. Oh, okay. Definitely heard of Priory of the Orange Tree. Yes. How many books are going to be in that series? I know there's the 2 there. I wonder how many they're going to make of them big old long books. A Day of Fallen Night. Okay. Well, I hope that you are enjoying it. I've heard good things about Priory of the Orange Tree. I've not read it, but I know it's about women and dragons. I love the cover. It's always a beautiful cover. But, other than that, yeah, I don't really know anything about it there. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to write something down. I just remember the work note. How you come upon something that you remember, you're like, oh, don't let me forget that. One of those aha moments. Maxie says 12-hour shifts, that's exhausting. 8-ish hours a day is more than enough. Thank you very much. It's not that bad if you don't do it every day. I've been doing 12-hour shifts for a few years now. And so I really don't mind it. I don't even really mind night shifts, I've always enjoyed night shifts, truthfully. I did it years ago and I got off it because my husband kind of had an issue with it. But I thoroughly enjoy, you get time to yourself. 12 12 hours is a lot, but it keeps you from having to go every day. You know, with the 8-hour shift, you go 5 days a week, so you get 2 days off. With the 12-hour shifts, you know, I work 3 days out of the week. And then, you know, there's always an option if you want for extra money to work more days, you know, but I don't mind the 12 hours. I really don't. It's a quick turnaround, I will say, when you got to go back. Like if you think about, okay, I got to get home, I got to shower and do whatever you need to do there, and then get back in bed, and then you got to get up again and drive to work, you know, so it definitely is a chore, but it's not every day. And some people do it like all the days in a row. Like I know some people that work like 4 to 5 days a week, you know, that's a lot. 12-hour shifts. But, you know, to each his own, you get the time to cultivate your schedule the way you want. And I really do like that. Also, let's say for some reason they need to flex and send someone home. You know, if I do an 8-hour shift, it's like that. Like, I had no problem. Like at my other job, you know, sometimes they would ask for extra people to come in and be like, oh, you don't have to stay the whole shift. 8 hours is like nothing. I feel like I'm getting out. I mean, I guess you are getting out early, but you just feel like it's a breeze, you know, when you do 8 hours if you're used to 12. So nothing wrong with that. Okay. I wouldn't even mind flexing, because if I work 6:30 to 7, okay, if I do the 8 hours, it's roughly around 3-ish. I'm getting off work. No traffic in the middle of the night. I get to go straight home. Cold. And you can pay more money in night shift too, so I'm okay with that. I was watching videos from the booktuber Throne of Pages. I've never heard of booktuber Throne of Pages. Let's see what that's about here. Okay, I'm gonna have to pop off Luna's screen here. Booktuber Throne of Pages. Give me a brief synopsis of what this is about. Throne of Pages. Is this a competition? Of course, so many things come up. Somebody's Throne of Pages. The booktuber. Oh, I thought you were saying booktuber's Throne of Pages. For some reason, I was thinking a competition. So when I typed it up, Throne of Pages came up, which is a booktuber. Dominican girl who reads. That's what it says. 110 subscribers. Okay. She must be one of those OGs, or either came from one of those other platforms. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. There we go. Well, I hope you are enjoying that content. I'm sure that you are. Okay. Y'all, let's get to knowing what happened in this day in history, okay? And then we're going to get to the next 45-minute sprint, okay? Which will be our last, because I am, well, we'll see how we feel. We'll see how we feel. I'm thinking it's going to be our last, because I'm tired, and I got an errand to run, and I don't know. I just feel kind of under the weather a little bit. So, but we're going to do at least the second one. I'm just call it the last, so that I'm not like leaving you hanging on that there's going to be another one. Today's my niece's birthday on the 12th, and tomorrow's my friend's birthday on the 13th. So I got to remember that. So on this day in history, here's what happens. Apparently, Merritt Singer invented, Isaac Merritt Singer. I always thought Singer Machines was by a female. I don't know why. I should have known it was a guy. So Isaac Merritt Singer, an American inventor, received a patent for his sewing machine. This famous Singer sewing machines. We had one of those big bad boys growing up too. Them things were heavy duty, I tell you. It improved upon existing designs. It held the fabric in place and had a needle that moved up and down very quickly. Let's see. In 1880, that was in 1851. In 1883, the last living quagga, I've never heard of a quagga, which is a type of South African zebra that was hunted to extinction in the wild, died in Natural Orders Magistra Zoo in Amsterdam, Netherlands. That's interesting. It looks like it's two-tone top and the bottom. So that is a quagga. Hopefully you can see that. A quagga zebra, which was hunted to extinction. Mm. I had a whole conversation with some coworkers today about people traveling to Africa specifically to hunt wild game, like big animals. Just does not sit right with me. I don't think anything ever's come of people doing things. But I was not a fan of that. Some people I don't see how people consider that something to be proud of. Hey, I went to this other country. You probably shouldn't be there in the first place. And I'm hunting these beautiful, majestic animals that, I get you have the control to a certain extent, the animal population. I don't know. But anyway, hunting to extinction is a prime example of why certain people should do certain things. Let's see. In 1860, you have the antiseptic revolution. Okay, so Lister for Listerine, y'all. Okay, so Joseph Lister is where Listerine comes from as an antiseptic. British surgeon Joseph Lister sprayed a chemical called carbolic acid on the patient's wounds during surgery. That prevented infection by harmful airborne microorganisms. Lister's first antiseptic was soon widely used and death rates dropped dramatically. So modern medicine right there of antiseptic techniques, okay? Nowadays, washing your hands and having a sterile environment does just fine. But back then, he sprayed his carbolic acid antiseptic solution on the wound, okay? 1865, y'all. Also on this day, you have the largest ever Tyrannosaurus Rex fossil, nicknamed Sue, was discovered in South Dakota in 1990. Y'all, they finding T-Rexes in the 90s, y'all. Look at that. Her name was Sue. Big Sue, we're going to call her that. In 2016, scientists declared they have found the longest living vertebrate animal, a nearly 400-year-old Greenland shark. Sharks in Greenland, y'all, 400-year-old. Wow. And in 2018, NASA's Parker Solar Probe was launched to study the sun. It traveled at a speed of 428,746 miles per hour. That's some speed. And became the fastest human-made object in history. Wow. Okay. That's some propulsion right there. And on this day in 1911, Mario Moreno, a Mexican actor better known by his stage name Cantinflas, was one of Latin America's most popular comedians. I have never heard of this gentleman. Okay, we got a comedian, 1911, Mario Moreno, sorry. And that is of this day in history, y'all. Any questions, class? It's nice to have a little history in the mix, okay? We got history and bluish green tea. Nothing wrong with that. Maxie says, happy birthday. Awesome. Thank you very much. I will let them know. Be like, hey, AS says happy birthdays. Okay, y'all, we're going to get to our last sprint. We'll make this the last. We'll do 2 and done. So here is the sprints. And there we go. And we have some more emojis. We're going to stick with this emoji theme. However, we have different emojis here. Let me go ahead and okay. All right, so here's our emojis, right? So we got the heart eyes, very beautiful. And then we have number 2, which is blah, blah. Number 3 is really upset, just hurling them expletives. And number 4 just seems like they're just there, maybe just tired, but just sitting there, okay? So I'm torn between 1 and 3, okay? Because both of them just seem like they got some stuff going on in their lives. So I'm going to choose number one, even though I probably feel like number three. We're going to choose number one, with some heart eyes, with some optimism in life. Okay. So tell me which one you think should win. Maxie votes for the angry one. I want to vote for them too. Okay, so we got support for one and we got three. Okay, there we go. Any takers? Bueller. Oh, yeah, you got them as being like polar opposites, right? Trying to figure out what number two and number four really are. They just seem like, I don't know. That's interesting. They look kind of like almost the same ones, but the eyes are different. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to this next sprint here. Okay, I need to go get a glass of water. I think I'm just not hydrated enough. It's probably just me being tired, truthfully, but I feel like I'm not hydrated enough. So we'll go from there. Okay, y'all. Happy reading. I'll see you in 45. Last sprint. Okay. And that was the race. It is 0 for 2 for me today. Okay. Well. That little blase emoji is what won. So that was that. How was the sprint, everyone? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm reading this How to Survive a Horror Story. Still over halfway. I don't know. I'm eyeballing it, and I'm gonna say about 60%, something like that. So pretty good. I was reading outside. It's actually very pleasant outside. I probably could have maybe taken the computer out there, but very pleasant. So that was me. I'm going to run some errands and then continue reading that book that is on the docket today for me. So how did everyone else's sprint go for that one? I'm just, there we go. Hello, Amber Lee. How are you doing today? Welcome. We're going to be getting out of here shortly. Hey, Kelly, how are you doing? You got to love a cute emoji race, right? Kelly is also sprinting. I believe you're still sprinting. Let us know. Happy time zone, my friends. Happy time zone to you as well. Hey, Chris, how are you doing today? Hey, Christina, what's up? Hi, all of y'all. I appreciate y'all coming by. We're going to be getting out of here shortly. Okay, Christina's coming with the things. So let's make sure we did them, right? So remember to hydrate. Did that, but I'm all about doing that again. Feed yourself. I did do that this morning. I'll be doing that again shortly, maybe a little snack. Check the laundry. I actually did do that. I brought some laundry in from outside that was hanging. I took meds. Stretch, definitely did that, but I did not go to the gym, but I did stretch. And show some love to the like button. I've done that with a few channels today. Also, make sure you sub and ring the bell so you can get notified. That works as well. Thank you very much for all the reminders as always. Christina says hi to Sarah. Oh my gosh. y'all. I think I need to go back to bed. I'm so tired. Christina says, okay, hi to Sarah, just a person, Emily and Luna. Awesome. Everybody says hello to each other. Hello, lovely Kiana. How are you doing today? How's the kiddos at school and work and all that good stuff? Everyone, good morning to Kiana. Kiana is working from home and stopped by to boot the like button. Much appreciated. Hopefully they're getting the school year, actually for all of y'all. Hopefully you're getting the school year started off good with the kiddos going back to school, getting into those little drop-off lines and all that stuff. I was speaking to a coworker of mine who was complaining about the school drop-off line for her son yesterday. She said she got in it at 3:05 and didn't get out of it till 3:45. I'm like, that's crazy. You got to have some designated person to pick up the kids. Like you change it up each day and meet at somebody else's house. That's the way to go. But you got to trust people with the kiddies. And I know that's hard. So watch out, y'all. Amber Lee says, hi. Kelly sprint every weekday from 8 to 10 Central. 8 to 10. I must have caught the tail end of yours. Hold up. That's 2 hours behind. So you just ended. Okay. So I'm 2 hours behind or ahead. 2 hours behind. Yeah. Right? Anyway, you know what I mean. Okay, so you're off now. I get you. Yeah, I saw you right before I started this thing here. Christina says, I tried to make them today, Kelly, but this rain made me sleep in today. Oh, you gotta love the rain. It's been doing some raining for sure out here, but you know, it's Florida. It rains all the time. I'm hoping I can go enjoy some pool time before all the rain kicks in, but I got other things I got to do first. So we shall see. But keep your umbrellas handy, y'all, okay? Good sleep time. Hey, Crochet Mima. I like that. Crochet Mima. Do you like to crochet? Glad I found you. Love daytime sprints. Oh, well, thank you for coming by. I am here pretty much most Tuesdays starting at 10 a.m. Normally I go like 10 a.m. to like 2 to 3, something like that. But I'm going to get out here a bit early today because I got an errand to run. So while I have some energy, I'm going to go do it. Okay. But I hope to see you again next Tuesday. I'll definitely be here. Okay. Kiana says, oh no, they take the school bus. Oh, that's even better. Oh my gosh. The school bus is where it is at. Okay. It teaches kids how to get along with other kids, and more importantly, keeps you from being the chauffeur. I love it, love it, love it. We always walked to school, or we took the bus. So I never actually, truthfully, most of the time I would walk to school. Hold up, I'm trying to think of how I did it. So in elementary school, I walked to school. In middle school, I walked to one school, which took me on a bus to another school. And then in high school, I took a bus to school, was there half day, then took a bus to another school, which then took me on a bus back to that school to get on another bus to go home. It was a lot. So yes, I did a combination of all of those things. So I feel you on that one, but it definitely keeps you from having to run around. I don't see how parents do it, especially with multiple kids, but just even having a job of the school drop off and pick up on a daily basis, that just seems like such a lot. Like just one person, like not sharing the duties. I don't see how that works with jobs when they get out so early and stuff. It just seems like a lot going on. So I commend y'all. Do what you got to do for the kids. Kiana says baby girl has decided not to compete on the dance team this year. Really? Kiana is a dance mom. Her girlie be doing her thing. Why did she not compete? She's pretty good. It can get expensive, so I'm pretty sure that dollar amount that's being saved is probably nice for you, but I'm just curious. How does that go? Kelly says, no worry, Christina. Charles waved hello at the very end, and then I ran away. There you go. Get some support there. I'll try to stop in tomorrow. Okay. I don't work tomorrow, Kelly. Christina says, thanks for hosting. Courtney, have a beautiful rest of your day. You too as well. Stay hydrated. Christina says, Barbara is sprinting. Yep. Barbara's is back from getting married and vacation and all. Will be sprinting till 1 p.m. Ooh, okay. Get to query her with what happened. That's always fun times. Okay, there's the link for Miss Barbara as well. Crochet Mima says, crocheting is my other habit. Nothing wrong with that. It's nice to have both of them, okay? Do you have any channels or anything for us to take a look at? Let us know. There are some cool Discords to take a look at if you're interested in showcasing some of your work, Crochet Mima. What's the one that Kiana has? Kiana has one that Kita has one that she has started that's, has all the crafts and stuff. Let me see. Where am I at? Ooh, I went to Instagram instead of the Discord. Let's see. What is it called? It's called Crafty Vibes and Wine. So that's a really cool Discord. If you're interested, message me on IG and I can send you a direct link for it. Okay. Christina says Kelly's next sprint is tomorrow at 9 EET. Awesome. Chris says the school was about 5 short blocks from my home, but I was not allowed to walk. My family was paranoid about kidnapping, probably why I grew up to be a paranoid adult. Hey, you know what? Things happen. I mean, it's crazy, but things do happen. So I understand when people get paranoid about certain things. You just don't want it to be you. Things happen in the world. You don't want it to be you. So I get it. It is what it is. Sorry about this shaking here. I'm like moving my feet on the table there, or under the table. Yeah, don't walk by yourself. As long as you have somebody that it doesn't take them too much out of pocket to go and, drop you off and all that stuff. Hey, have at it. It's nice to have that support, and have people around, bring you places and stuff. But, I can see how that can be wear and tear on, the system there for families and stuff. It's a lot because that's every day. It's not like part of the day. It's like a whole nother job. You know what I'm saying? Kiana says she started high school this year and wants to try other things. She will take some classes. Okay, well, you go. Hey, you know what? New things, new things. Okay, so nothing wrong with that. And then that'll free up some time for you too. So that's always good. Oh, thank you for coming by. Much appreciated, Miss Kiana. Have a good day at work. Chris says a good day to Kiana and Christina. Barbara posted her wedding pics on her Discord back in July. Awesome. She was beautiful. Christina says, okay, here's some BookTube Bible. Get some sprints and readathons. Find out some stuff. Make sure you save that link. Why was he so scary, Kelly? Was it his bedhead? Oh, you're talking about Cud? Well, why was he so scary? Let us know. Kiana says hello to Chris, Kelly, and Christina. And Kelly says he's not scary. We're book buddies. It was just time to stop sprints and eat breakfast. Priorities. Hey, you know what? That's how it is sometimes, okay? That's how it is. I'm assuming this is a spouse, right? Hey, we all have our moments, right? Christina's laughing. That's funny. Sorry I missed it, y'all. I wouldn't know it's scary. Okay, well, I'm tired. I feel like taking a nap. I'm not going to lie. I feel drained of energy or whatnot, but I'm going to go do some stuff because I got to go to the library and because the book's due today. I keep getting little nasty grams, so that I definitely got to front load that. So I'm going to go make that a priority there for myself. So I should have a video coming out this Saturday if y'all are interested, a little mini haul, if you will. And I'm going to continue to read some good books, okay? Maybe hopefully get into my ARCs for ARC August. But on the docket today is finishing How to Survive a Horror Story, which is actually pretty good if y'all are interested in that, okay? So that's my plan and I'm sticking to it. I hope that y'all have a great, beautiful day. I will see